Hello, welcome to Lilac Love. My name is Nicole, and on this channel we talk all about my first love, which is Jesus. Bear with me. My throat is like still rough from literally a week of revival, which was literally like 2 weeks ago. But my throat still like hurts from it, from screaming so much. Anyway, so if I sound like a man, my bad. Don't judge me. So friendship and surrender. So who we surround ourselves with as Christians is very important. They say like the top 5 people you hang around is like who you become, which I totally agree with. Because I know that when I've had crappy friends, I'm not a good person. The Bible verse that I want you to cling to is 1 Corinthians 15:33. It says, "Do not be deceived. Bad company ruins good morals." Okay? Take that, okay, and run with it. Because it is so true. When I first became a Christian, I had to get rid of tons of friends. I had to go through my phone and delete tons of people, not because they were bad people, but they were not living a life aligned with the life that I knew God wanted me to live. And so it was really hard. It was really hard at first because I was so lonely. Didn't hang out with anybody, and it just kind of sucked. And I didn't really know what to do with myself. But the Lord showed me, like, I will bring you good friends, whatever. Well, fast forward, now we're in this season of my life. That was like 3 years ago. And I have struggled with wanting to go back to old friendships that don't serve me. And I mean that there has been moments where the enemy definitely comes in and fills me with like loneliness, and I'm lonely, and or I'm hurt, and the enemy wants me to like go be dumb. And sometimes I go be dumb. But I'm not perfect, so I just want to say that I'm not perfect, that I have fallen short of the glory of God many, many times, and I have sinned many, many times since being a Christian. I'm not proud of it, but I have done that. And I think a big portion of that is also, if I'm around people that are partying, I'm going to want to party. If I'm around people that are getting drunk, I'm going to want to get drunk. If I'm around people that don't care about having sex or don't care about doing drugs, like, I'm going to want to do that. And it's not because that's where my heart is, but because I'm seeing all these people having fun, which they're not really, it's fake fun. But then I just want to join in out of my flesh. And God has just been showing me that it's better to have no friends than crappy friends. And that's really like a hard pill to swallow, because people want to have friends. People don't want to be lonely. People want to be invited places and stuff like that. And so I have been walking in a season where God has shown me just how beautiful surrender is, and that I might feel sometimes that I don't have that many friends, but I gave up a lot of friendships because of my walk with the Lord. And now I have fallen back into sin, and I go out to the bars and people know me. I'm a very rememberable person, but those people are not people that I can talk about Jesus with. They're not people that I can do kingdom work with, and so there's really no sense of them being in my life. Now, okay, don't get me wrong on this. You can have friends that are non-believers, okay? You can have friends who are still of the world, but you need to be careful, and you need to have discernment on the level of friendship you have with them. You do not need to confide in people who are not on the same walk with you, if that makes sense. Like, if something's going on in your life and you confide in someone who does not believe in the Lord, they are most likely going to give you worldly advice. So it's better to have friends that you can confide in who are going to give you sound biblical advice and counsel, not people who are just going to be like, yeah, at that person. Screw them, don't forgive them. You know what I mean? Like, those aren't the people that you need on your walk with the Lord. And I think when you become a Christian, there is sacrifice, and there are things that you have to surrender on the journey, and it's not always easy. You think, oh, I got to surrender and sacrifice alcohol and drugs and sex and these worldly things, but you don't think about people as much. But there are people that we are supposed to sacrifice to the Lord and give to the Lord and say, this is not, I don't need this. And now I'm saying it's good to counsel and disciple and have friendships who are non-believers if you want them genuinely to come to know the Lord. But if there are people that you're hanging out with them and you can't talk about what God is doing in your life because they're going to give you a look, then those aren't people you should hang out with. If they only want to party and smoke and get drunk and stuff like that, those are not people that you need to hang out with. And it's better to be alone than to hang out with those kind of people. And I just kind of looked up some Bible verses about, like friendships and what that means in the Bible. And one of them is Proverbs 27:17, which says, iron sharpens iron and one man sharpens another. You cannot be sharpened by a dull blade. If you're hanging out with dull people, then you're not gonna grow. You're just gonna stay stagnant, period. You don't need that. You don't need to be stagnant, okay? And there's just so many different, I encourage you to look it up because I don't have time to read all the Bible verses that talks about friendships and everything. It says 1 Thessalonians 5:11, therefore encourage one another and build one another up, just as you are doing. If you're hanging around people that do not encourage you and do not bring you to a higher level, they are not friends that you need to have. Period. You don't need them. Good friendships that the Lord wants us to have, are people who are going to lift us up and bring us to a higher level. This iPad is acting like a psycho right now. Well, I had something else and okay, well, that failed. iPad being dumb. Anyway, basically, I'm not trying to make this video too long. I'm just saying that who you choose to have as your friend and your friends and your group and your circle, pick them very, very wisely. If they are not people that can run with you, they're not people that need to be in your circle. And you can pray for people from a distance, but if there are people in your life who are bringing you down, who do not lift you, who do not bring you to a higher level, then those are people that you need to give up. And I know it sucks. They might be your best friend since, second grade, okay? But if they are only bringing you down and they are not going anywhere with you in the future because they are still of the world, you need to just let them go. Pray for them, pray that they can come to know the Lord and walk in a different light. But it is better. It's just so much better. I've really been learning this because it's been hard for me. Sometimes I feel like, I want new friends and new Christian friends or whatever. It's like, well, they already have their friends. They already have their clique. They already have their group and whatever. When the Lord wants it to happen, it'll happen. And, good golly friends will come my way or whatever. And I do have good friends, but there are times where I just get lonely. And I think in those moments when you feel lonely and you want to get on your phone and hit up somebody who you know ain't a good friend, remember that the Lord is your very best friend. He's my best friend. And I forget that sometimes. I'm sorry, God. I forget that sometimes, and I want to go fill my space and my time with people who are no good for me. And really, when you just feel those lonely moments, it's just a good time to get in the Word and get with the Lord and spend time with Him instead of hanging out with people who are bad influences. So anyway, you are who you hang around, and just remember that Bible verse what was it? I'm telling you to remember that I went blank. No, don't be deceived. Bad company ruins good morals. Okay, so anyway, that's all I have. I hope you take that and are encouraged and run with it and pick good friends and get rid of the bad ones if need be. And yeah, peace out.